Hi guys. So I wanted to do this video because I had somebody ask me some questions on one of my previous videos about the Liscio Japanese straightening, and I just made this video because it would be easier to answer them instead of answering each question on the comments. So I do want to apologize if my hand is a little bit shaky. I do record this video on my phone and sometimes my hand is a little bit shaky, so sorry if the video is moving around a little bit. So first question just says, does your hair smell like chemicals or does it smell burned? When I wash my hair, I've washed it 3 times so far since I got the treatment, and when it's wet it does smell like chemical. So it's kind of hard to explain exactly how it smells because it smells like the chemical that they used to do it. And if you've never done it, then you wouldn't know what that chemical smells like. But yes, it does smell like chemicals. It does not smell burnt, and it only smells like that when it's wet. When it's dry, it just smells like whatever shampoo or conditioner that I used. It says, does your hair get dirty or greasy faster? For me, I don't think it gets dirty or greasy faster. I think it's pretty much the same how it was before. Before, I kept my hair straight most of the time anyway, so I don't personally see any difference. Maybe if you kept your hair curly all the time, then you'd probably see a difference, but I don't. It's the same. I used to wash my hair every week, but the hairdresser told me, I used to wash my hair every 2 weeks, but the hairdresser told me to wash my hair every week so that I can get more moisture and water and stuff like that in it, because it's more healthy for my hair because I have really dry hair. Can it hold a curl with a curling wand? Yes, it can hold a curl with a curling wand or a curling iron. When I first got my hair done, she did blow dry it, and she used one of those round brushes, and it did have a curl at the end. Also, I haven't curled my hair. I've been trying not to use any heat. That's one of the reasons why I got the treatment, so I could use less heat in my hair. So I've just pretty much air dried my hair since I've done it. Yesterday I did blow dry it for about 15 minutes or so because I wanted to dry a little bit faster. I didn't want to sit for that many hours with my hair wet because that's how I've been doing it, and my hair takes a very long time to dry because it's thick. So you can curl it. The person that I watched on YouTube that kind of inspired me to get the Japanese treatment, her YouTube channel is called Beauty by Gabby, and if you go on her YouTube channel, she does have a video where she uses a curling wand and curls her hair, and her hair looks so good. It's so pretty. It's like 3 times the length of my hair, and she's been getting the treatment for a very long time, so that's why I know that you can use a curling wand and it will hold a curl. Does it tangle easily by itself? My hair does not tangle easily by itself. It's pretty much can, run your fingers through it or run a comb through it or whatever. I don't think it tangles easily by itself. Does it get staticky? So far, I have not experienced any, it has not been staticky for me at all so far. I mean, I've only had it for 3 weeks now, so I have not experienced any of that. I don't know if it'll change since it is becoming colder outside, so I don't know if that'll change, but I would update you if it does. If you keep it in a high ponytail a lot, will it leave a permanent wave to your hair? If you wash your hair and air dry it and then do a high ponytail, and say for example you only washed it once a week, I think it would leave a wave to your hair for that week, but once you wash it, it'll go back straight and you won't have anything like that to deal with. It only does that if you and from my experience, after I've air dried it, I noticed that it's easier for it to have a wave to it. when I first got my hair done, she blow dried it and flat ironed it a little bit, and it did not have any kind of wave to it or anything the whole entire week until I washed it. Once I washed it, I do notice that depending on how you keep your hair, so I sleep with a satin bonnet on, and when I put my satin bonnet, I kind of flip my hair up like this a little bit and I put it under the bonnet. So because of that, my hair does get a wave to it. But I think if you flat, which you can see here, if I flat iron it, it wouldn't have a wave to it. Let's see. If it's really, really humid outside, yes, my hair does stay bone straight. The week that I had it flat ironed from the hairdresser, it stayed straight the whole entire time. There was even one day that I think it was, well, okay, first of all, I live in Florida. It's very, very humid in Florida, so, and my hair stays straight. I have not had any trouble with it, and this is just from it being pretty much air dried all the time. This is what it looks like all the time. I blow dried it a little bit yesterday, and I didn't even blow dry it all the way dry. I just blow dried it probably like 90% dry, just so I wouldn't have to wait all that time, and then I let the rest of it air dry. I haven't dealt with any kind of frizziness or anything like that. If you wash your hair with hot water, will it lose curl over time? I don't know. I think maybe I wrote that question down wrong because I can hardly even understand my own handwriting, but I wouldn't recommend washing your hair with hot water. I wash my hair with warm water, probably a little bit hotter than lukewarm water, but after you wash your hair, you're supposed to, from what I've heard and from my experience, you're supposed to do the last rinse with cold water to close your pores, and I wouldn't wash it with hot water all the time. I would wash it with warm water, and if you wash it with warm water, it would not affect your hair. Your hair will still stay completely straight. One of the things that the hairdresser told me when I went there, she said, this is permanent straightener. Your hair will not go back curly. And from my experience, if anything, it has waviness to it from, you know, like I said, when I put it under my satin cap. But that's it. It does not have any kind of curl pattern the way it did before, except for my roots, because it is starting to grow a little bit. It's been 3 weeks and have a little bit of new growth right here. It wasn't like that 3 weeks ago, but that's the only place that I see anything. I do not have any of my curl pattern that I did before, only in my roots. That's my little hair trying to grow out there. Were the baby hairs also permed? So yes, so she did go ahead and, sorry, knock something down. So she did go ahead and get the baby hairs here. They don't really put the treatment on your, they try not to put it on your scalp like when you get a regular box relaxer, because it's very strong chemical. So they're supposed to leave it like a centimeter or something like that away from your scalp. But she did go ahead and get here. Mine is starting to grow a little bit. She did not perm down here. Those baby hairs, she did not touch those. I have a lot of baby hairs in the back and I don't remember her touching any of them. I'll try to see if I can show a little bit. But the ones that are all the way down here, I don't remember her putting anything there. But of course, when you have the treatment in your hair and everything is falling down this way, you know, it'll touch the back and everything, but I don't remember her putting anything directly on the hairs that were all the way down, the baby hairs on my neck. And I don't remember her putting anything here. She just kept it to the main part of my hair, and she did get here and around the edges pretty good. It just sucks. It's, yeah, I want my hair to grow, but I feel like I wish it would just stay the same so I wouldn't have to deal with having to do it again. And the last question was, does it cause more split ends? When I went in there, I already had some split ends, and that's one thing that I wanted her to trim. And I didn't even have to ask her. She just told me she's gonna have to trim my hair because I have split ends. That worked out. But I don't know if it's because she didn't get the split ends, like she didn't trim it right or not. But I have noticed that I have a lot of split ends. I feel like the split ends that I have are the same amount that I had before, and I don't think she trimmed it all the way that she should have trimmed it to get the split ends off. But I don't think the treatment caused any additional split ends. I think that that was just from her not trimming all the parts that she should have trimmed to get the split ends off. So hopefully this video was helpful, and if you have any more questions or anything like that, post them and I'll be happy to answer your questions and explain everything.